Sheldon, it seems every time you play Belleville, it's an even game. So how come it's such a tight matchup when you get together with this team?
Well, they're a good team. I think they've established that. I mean, especially here since they've gotten healthy and made moves. You know, they've since late January, I think they've been the top team in the league here. So it makes for competitive games, and today was no different.
And what's your thoughts on that third period? Just tired legs, or the guys just kind of letting off the gas a little bit?
I thought we were exhausted. Frankly, I thought it was the second period that got us. That's really where we started to get tired. And then we just didn't have anything left there in the third at all. But I don't think the third was nearly as bad as the second was. But it went in the net in the third period. So yeah, it's disappointing. But when you play in these games with the state of our lineup as it is here right now, you need to play a perfect game and everything needs to go your way. We scored first, so we got that box checked, and then we scored on special teams, a 4-on-4 goal and power play goal. So all those things happen, but then you can't give up a soft one like we did early. You can't turn the puck over in the offensive zone in the second period like we did, because it's hard to get the game back. You can't be headbutting people. Those type of things really work against you, and with our lineup as it is here right now, it's just too much to ask of the guys that we're relying on.
And is there any update on the status of Michael Hutchison?
No update other than he just wasn't feeling right, and he reported that. So they told me we had to take him out and make a change, which we did, and they're going to spend some time with him and get a real sense of what it means going forward.
He was saying that he's focused on being a bit more creative with puck carrying it, but more. Have you seen progression in his game in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's trying to be more creative or anything like that. I think he tried to last year as well. I think he's stronger and skating better this year, so I think he's getting himself into better spots to do it more frequently. Also, he's playing a lot more this season, so he's having more opportunity that way to do it. He's especially since coming back from injury and not playing for as long as he did, he's adjusted really well back to the lineup, and given the amount of people we have out on defense, he's been relied upon a lot and to play in a lot of different situations, and he's done well with it. But in a night like today, you look at our defense wearing down and playing on back-to-back days here with a quick turnaround, and I thought we wore down, and you can see signs of that with Timothy as well.
Bracco says he'll have to pick up his defensive game a bit. Have you seen improvements there?
I have, yeah. I have seen improvements there. I trust him. I trust him at key times in games. He really wants to win, really wants to do well for himself and for our team. So when he's really committed and dialed in, when it's time to play on that side of it, he gets it done, just like he does offensively. He's committed to that. He's a real difference maker. The thing is, he's got to be able to do both all the time, regardless of what's happening on the scoreboard or in the game, and be more consistent in that sense. But he's shown that he has the ability to do it, and that's why I trust him.
Saw the line swap with Baptiste and Carcone. I guess kind of what went into that decision, and did you get the desired effect of that swap?
Well, the main motivator for me was I wanted to have Baptiste play with Engvall and Timoshoff to match up against that Brown line. And I did get the desired effect. I thought those guys did a really nice job against that line up until the third period there. Obviously, once we started to get so tired, it really gave that line more opportunity to play, and that's where they made a difference. To me, that's as good a line as there is in the American Hockey League. And when our depth got exposed late in the game, in particular on defense, where we started to lose the matchups a little bit because you're using Sandin and Laverty so much, it cost us. But I thought that line did a nice job. I thought Baptiste brought a lot to it in that sense with his speed.
What's behind the decision to try Engvall at center?
Necessity being the first thing. Chris Mueller leaving our lineup. But it's something that we had been talking about for quite some time, just to give him a look there. We thought this size and the way that he can skate, the strength, all those types of things, we thought he might be suited to be a center and do the job at that. So we had been quietly kind of preparing him for this chance, taking some face-offs in practices and playing down low in defensive zone coverage, those types of things. We were going to try him kind of experimentally at one point in the season, but with Mueller going down, we just thought, well, this was the obvious time to try it, and we think he's done really well with it.
Has he done?
Yeah, I think he's done really well with it. Again, with our depth being what it is, we're probably having to rely on him more than we'd like to. We would like to try and not have such a big load, but to be playing center for the first time in his career and then having to match up head to head against, like I say, for me, as good a line as there is, it's a tough task. But he's also contributing a lot in the penalty kill, and really, I think trying to add some versatility to his game, and he's accepted it and done well with it.
How badly do you want to see a healthy defense, especially all the Swedes together?
Well, we need to get people back. I mean, we're right in the meat of the season here, where it really matters, and we're in a fight to make the playoffs. We need to get people back, but injuries are what they are, and you have to deal with it. We've been doing it well as a team. We've been surviving and getting points, and we were set up to do that again here today, despite the back-to-back, despite them not playing yesterday and all those things. But we have to be as close to perfect as we can be when this is the case. So we got to buy time for guys to get back. I think Mueller's probably the closest of everyone to come back, but clearly it doesn't help us on defense. But we got to be better as a group until we can get guys back.